Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Randy, Ragamuffinpiper. Yeah, this is another video response, but hang on and stick with me there, Jimbo. This is for Jonathan, my friend, Piper X1X, and he has a really good question that we're being asked to answer, and it involves a story. So you might enjoy the story, even though it's a video response to a question. Jonathan is asking a question that asks us something that happened to us, something that we did that was really embarrassing. The most embarrassing thing that you have done that other people saw. And well, most of mine probably shouldn't be recorded and portrayed on YouTube, so I had to think about this for a minute. Where'd she go? Gotta keep an eye on that one. Back when I first met the Mrs. Ragamuffinpiper, we were both teenagers. She's a little bit younger than I am, but I used to do some singing, and I was going to do a special song, and I had lost my piano player who had changed careers, so I was looking for a pianist to accompany me. My oldest brother John and his wife Judy, they were quite the matchmakers at one time, and they knew that we were both dating someone else, and I don't think a lot of people wanted us to be stuck on one person, so they were kind of encouraging us to see somebody else, but I didn't know that. My sister-in-law Judy was quite the matchmaker, and her and a few friends from church, I think they kind of reveled in that on occasion. My brother John told me, he says, "Hey, I know you're looking for a piano player. We've got a young lady at church. She's really good. You ought to come meet her and talk to her." Now, I knew Michelle, but I had never really met her and didn't know that much about her. And he said, "She'll be at our house with some other ladies from the church. And Judy, come over after they're done and you can talk to her." I said, "All right, well that makes sense. I'll come on over." So I came over at the appointed time, and he met me at the door, and we walked through the house and out the back door, and I thought, well, they must be on the patio, so I walked on beyond there with him, and over to one side I could hear people moving and laughter and stuff in the pool. Well, it seems these ladies of the church, along with Michelle, were having pool aerobics at that time. And here I was, a young man, coming to meet this young lady to talk to her about playing the piano for me, and there she was in the pool with a bunch of ladies from church. Now, I'm not often at a loss for words, as you can see and witness, but I was not prepared for this situation. In fact, I'm sure I stammered and stumbled all over my words as I was talking to this beautiful young lady as she was getting out of the pool and drying off. And so I think she and I were the only two there at that little setup that weren't in on the on the purpose of the meeting. I'm quite sure there was a lot of laughter behind the scenes going, "Hey, look what we did." Because that's just the way they were. Well, fast forward a few years, and we got married about 3 years later, 4 years later. We dated quite a while, and on our wedding day, I remember, I still hear about this all the time. It's customary not to see the bride on the day of the wedding, and so I was in preparations for the ceremony, and I had a lot of words to say, a traditional type marriage ceremony, and so I was trying to be business, I was trying to, let's get this done, let's do it right, I gotta hit my marks and all that kind of stuff. Don't ask me why I was thinking that way, but 300 people in the church, all our family and friends were there. The music starts to play, the doors open, and out steps the most beautiful woman I had ever seen. I've got some pictures here to show you just what I'm talking about, the day and the look. And I remember thinking to myself, don't look at her too much, you'll get all flustered and you won't be able to say your words. And in front of family and friends, I kind of looked to the side at my best man and looked over, and I was looking everywhere but at my future wife, because she was just so beautiful. I was really kind of afraid to lay eyes on her because I knew I wouldn't be able to speak. And the whole day kind of went like that. I was kind of lost, as a lot of grooms probably are that day. But I mean, I was kind of living in a land I didn't know how to act. It was a little foreign to me. Well, rest assured that Mrs. Ragamuffinpiper, she reminds me of that all the time. You didn't even look at me on our wedding day. I looked, but I was afraid to stare because I wouldn't have been able to speak. She's not the only one that mentioned that either. It was so embarrassing. 2 of really embarrassing outings. The setup to meet my future wife, I'm not sure they thought that's what that would be. I just think they thought it was funny. Let's do this to my baby brother. And then the wedding day, just too gorgeous for words. I'm sure some of you have felt the same way on your wedding day. Just flabbergasted, flummoxed. Oh my goodness. Well, that's my story. And Jonathan, I hope it made you chuckle a little bit. And some of you out there might have never heard that story before. And that's why I thought it was worth telling, because these are the kinds of things that make you laugh to yourself. And maybe, you know, my wife and I, we kind of chuckle about it now and then. But they're stories that'll never be told if we don't tell them. Things that we've lived through, and just funny anecdotes about life and the way we lived, you know, the way we enjoyed life. And when we're gone, you know, maybe the stories will live on a little longer. We got my Rattray Marlin out today in the 100-acre woods, and I hope you all are doing well. And we got some BCA in there, and I'm just going to enjoy the rest of it and get back to my chores. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this little exposure of those moments when Randy couldn't find the words, which is not often. No. Here's to all you guys. Make it the best day yet, all right? God bless y'all. We'll see you soon. And I hope to have a new camera before too long, but that's a story for another time. Have a great day. Make it a great one. We'll see you.